When it comes to women, I don't think they truly understand the value of sales. If I'm trying to sell you or a group of people a product and nobody is buying, one of two things, if not both, are occurring. One, the product is dysfunctional or inoperable, or two, the presentation is just absolutely trash. When it comes to today's women, they are frustrated and angry due to the fact that us men, the consumers, are not buying what they're presenting to us. They say that all men are trash or there are no good men left, but we know that's far from the truth. So I came up with 10 crazy, unrealistic expectations women have for today's men. Number one, and I'm quite sure every man has heard this at some point in his life. If you don't love me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. What this phrase is designed to do is to keep the blinders on to her bad behavior. It's to put up with her crazy mood swings and her bad attitude. To accept her for all her flaws so she won't have to fix anything. To accept all her weight gain over the years that you're gonna be with her. But if you come with any flaws, if you start gaining all type of crazy weight, if you have a bad day, what's gonna happen is she will get angry at you and she will play the victim. But you're not allowed to be the victim when it comes to this phrase. You must love her no matter what. And if you leave her, it's gonna be your fault. If you hear this phrase, guys, you best believe there's gonna be a ton of drama she's gonna bring to your life, and she's not gonna wanna be held accountable for anything. Number two, women have a hard time communicating their feelings and what they're thinking. They want a man who's a psychic guru. So if we're not able to predict and understand why she's quiet or why she's giving you the silent treatment or why she's just not saying anything or why she's upset and frustrated and sad or crying, you try to ask her, baby, is there anything I can do to fix the situation? Just talk to me, baby. And what does she do majority of the time? She'll just keep her mouth shut and give you a longer sentence of the silent treatment. So when it comes to women expressing how they feel and what's on their mind, they just think us men are just supposed to be able to, this is what's going on with you, baby. Okay, I'll fix it right now. It's like when it comes to communicating, it's always lacking when it comes to women. But they want a man who's communicating, who's able to talk and express his feelings. But when it comes to her doing it, it's non-existent. Number three, and this is a huge issue that's going on between both men and women. They have this protect me, pay for me, provide for me, but remain my equal and allow me to be financially independent and do whatever I want. This is the mindset of most women today. They think that a man should put a roof over their head, pay all the bills, buy them a dog, do all this stuff for them, but they don't want to listen to him. They don't want to follow his lead. They want to come and go as they please. They want to wear what they want, right? See, they don't understand that if a man is paying his hard-earned money to have you in his life, then he's 9 times out of 10 gonna want to have say-so over the majority of things that you're doing in life, how you dress, how you act. That's just how it is, right? No man wants to just take care of a woman and she just talk down to him. She goes out with her friends, she does this, she goes out late at night, she does all this crazy stuff, right? So women want a man who's gonna do everything, pay all the bills, pick up the tab, do all this stuff like that, but they don't want to listen. They don't want to follow us. They say, well, I'm still independent. So here's the thing. If you ladies want to be independent, then you stay independent and make sure you pay for your half. But you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you're going to be on a man's program and be under his roof and have him pay for stuff, then you have to cooperate. You have to follow his leadership. You have to follow his blueprint. You can't just come and go and do whatever you want to do and say, well, I'm still independent. At the same time, wanting a man who's gonna be there for you and take care of you. Number 4, you must listen to your woman, but not give her the uncomfortable truth and advice that she needs. Quite sure every man has been there with a woman in certain situations where she's voicing her opinion and she's basically ranting about something that happened at work, something with a family member, something with a friend, something in her life that's bothering her. And us as men, we're Mr. Fix-Its. We're about logic. So you try to give her some constructive criticism and some advice about whatever situation she's going through. to try to just fix things and guide her in the right direction. And what'll happen is she'll say something like this: "Oh, well, you're not on my team," or "What do you mean?" Or she just get up really upset and mad because you're trying to help her. See, I tweeted it before on my Twitter account. Go ahead and follow me, Darius M Network, guys. Women want therapy, not strategy. They want a man to make them feel good. They want a man to just listen to them and be their therapist, but not chime in. And that's the hard part about dealing with women in relationships, that if they voice their opinion about something or something that's going wrong in their life that they don't like, and you try to be the man and tell her, listen, you should probably try it this way. Or maybe you were wrong for doing this at work. Maybe you should have did this. Maybe you should have tried this. And if you try to give them these truths, what will happen majority of the time is she'll look at you like, oh, well, and she'll just get mad and throw a fit. If you try to talk truth to women, I found out when it comes to relationships or dating or anything, they will get upset because it's not something that they truly want to hear. Women go off feelings. They don't like facts. Number 5, and I'll never forget, years ago I was working for this company, and I happened to be on lunch break with this female, and we're both in the break room, we eating, we chatting it up, and then we exchange numbers, and we start hanging out, and she says, man, Darius, I'm glad that you actually talked to me. I'm glad that you interacted with me because I liked you for 3 years. But I didn't know what to say. I said, so why? Why didn't you say anything? She's like, well, I came around you. I was looking at you, but, and that's the unrealistic expectation women have for us men. They want us to get all their choosing signals. They want us to know that, oh, I get the hint. She's looking at me for 5 to 3 seconds. She wants me to talk to her. A lot of women's pain and frustration will be alleviated if they took the step forward and stopped acting like cowards and introduced themselves to a guy. Instead of sitting back and hoping that a guy gets a choosing signal and saying, well, she likes me, let me go up there and talk to her. And oftentimes when you do go up to her and talk to her, she usually rejects you, right? So you might think it's a choosing signal, but you can't really interpret it as a man. You're like, I guess. And it's kind of like a 50-50 situation. She'll give me the number or not. So when it comes to women, this is a huge, crazy expectation. They want us to read their mind and approach them 100% of the time while they just sit back and play coy and do nothing. Number 6, and I'm quite sure you guys have seen this on dating apps at some point. A woman will say, my kids come first. Swipe left if you're not down with that. If you don't want to basically be a stepdaddy and take care of another man's seed, then keep it moving. And it's like, what type of crazy expectation is that? Whoever the baby daddy is, whoever your ex is, he's not even around to take care of his own flesh and blood. So why hold another man that you don't even know his feet to the fire and make him foot the bill and take care of you and another man's children? And that's what women have, this sort of mindset. They think, well, I'm God's gift to mankind. I can have 40, 50 kids. I can have 8, 9 kids. And a man should just be happy and grateful to be with me, to be in my presence. He should be ready and willing to step up and take care of another man's seed. Like just think of that thinking. And here's how the rankings usually go. It goes her children, her friends, the dog, and you come last. Number 7. Women say, if you don't pay for this date in full, plus the tip, then you're not a real man, or we're not gonna have a second date. Just think about this. The crazy expectation of a woman wanting a man to pay for her meal, and then she decide if she wants to see him again so she can give him the opportunity to pay for another meal or another outing or event. Right? It's just crazy because I think men are just ATMs. Like, we're just supposed to be just happy to pay for everything and sit there and watch her eat and have a good time, and then she can go about her business. Like, they just think that men are just there for foodie calls, that we just supposed to shell out all this money for this entertainment and all this fun, and a woman doesn't have to do anything. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even want to give you sex. She'll say something like this: my body is my body, and basically your wallet is ours. They want a man's money, a man to pay for everything, but when it comes to sex or giving anything to a man, They just keep that all just guarded to themselves. They're like, yo, I'm not doing anything. They don't even want to pay for the tip. They just basically like, oh, you're a man. Again, it's that 1940s lifestyle that they want us men to live. But when it comes to them, they're living a 2022 lifestyle. Their thinking is so flawed. This is why it's a crazy expectation to have. Again, if I'm paying for a date in full, I better be having sex 100% after that date every single time. But here's the thing, women want their cake and eat it too. They don't want to give men sex. They want to keep stringing them along, have them pay for dates, and say, well, if you're a real man, you should take care of it. Number 8, she wants you to give her this crazy, mind-blowing sex every single time you guys get together. She wants you to make her finish multiple times, every single time. This is crazy and unrealistic. A lot of women want dudes to have 12 to 14-inch pythons below the waist. It's like, what type of crazy stuff is this? And they have this crazy reality of sex, and they think men are just these jackrabbits. They think that we're just these toys like they have under their bed where they can just put some batteries in and we can go all night. This is how crazy and unrealistic when it comes to sex women think of us men, right? They think that we're these lazy, jobless guys where they can just come home and we aren't doing anything. We have all this energy and we can please them. We can sleep with them. We can do all these crazy tricks and everything. Listen, ladies, if you're watching this, men who have businesses, men who have things going in their life, we're gonna work at least 60 hours a week, at least, if not more. And then we're gonna come home kind of tired and kind of ran down. And sometimes we just wanna blow our load real quick, or we just wanna get a good little massage and some food, and that's it. We don't want to try to make you finish 3 or 4 times per night, right? Because after we bust our load, we're gonna be really tired. We're gonna be ready to go to sleep. So have something realistic when it comes to the bedroom. Don't expect a man to blow your mind every single time you guys get together. Number 9, expecting us men to call them or text them after the date, typically the first date. And it's crazy because they want us men to view them as a goddess. It's all about them receiving all this affirmation, this validation, and us taking them out. And then on top of that, we have to go out our way and call them and say, I had a great time. So I got to pay for everything, then text you and say, hey, did you make it home? I had a great time. You see how they want this goddess complex, this basically a guy who's a doormat, who's a slave, who's going to just give her the world. It's unrealistic. Yes, a man could, hit you up and say, hey, I had a great time. But why don't you ladies say, hey, thanks for taking me out. Thanks for buying me this drink. Thanks for doing this. Have you women thought of that? Probably not. Last but not least, number 10. Now, I don't have this issue because I'm 6'3", but only 14% of men in the United States are at least 6 feet tall. Women want a guy who's over 6 feet, but they're like 5'3", 5'4". How does that work out? See, a man can't control his genetics or how tall he is, but a woman can control her weight. So if a man says, well, I want a woman who's only weighs 125 pounds. Well, what happens is women get upset and get frustrated. See, that's in a woman's control. She can control her weight. A man can't control his height. So guys, never be frustrated or upset because you're not 6 feet tall or you're not this giant or whatever it case may be. It's only a small, minute percentage of men in the United States, heck, in this world for that matter, who's 6 feet. This is crazy, unrealistic expectation. And here's the thing. He has to not just be 6 feet. He has to be good looking. He has to make her feel good. He has to exhibit all these qualities of strength and logic and ambition. So you see how it's so slim and it's so hard for a woman to get her Prince Charming guy, 6 feet tall. He must be a psychic, a mind reader. He must understand her choosing signals. He must dress well. He must look the part. He must have all these different things going on. And when it comes to us men wanting certain things from women, heck, I don't care how tall a woman is, right? A lot of guys don't even care what a woman weighs, as long as she's not huge as a house. Some guys like that stuff. So these are 10 crazy, insane, unrealistic expectations. I know there's more, but this is what is keeping women single, unhappy, and miserable.
Peace.